Third time recording this. So I recorded this earlier, but I missed so much that I knew I had to re-record this. See, I want to talk about memory regression and how important it is to go through past experiences that you've had in your life. They do affect you to this present day without you realizing it. I want to thank Ryan Cropper for inspiring me to make this video, because I remember that I did want to make something similar to this, but he inspired me to take it a step further. I'll leave his channel in the description below. Before all the craziness happened, I could say that I was a person that had genuinely forgotten what pure stress felt like. Emotional stress, mental stress, that just over-encompassing feeling of stress. I had truly forgotten what that was like, because my life had frankly been good enough to the point where, I'd have moments of anxiety, moments of stress, but it was nothing compared to what I was going to experience. So generally, my body was always relaxed. I was always mentally chilled out. I was always emotionally relaxed. I was loose. I just felt light all the time. When I had my first truly negative, stressful experiences, I noticed that the day after, I was still thinking about them to the point where my awareness was so encompassed by this memory. I was so mentally there and emotionally there that it started to affect my physical body. You see, when you don't deal with emotions and the trauma that comes with them correctly, it can affect you in your day-to-day life, because it just becomes ingrained in you. You integrate with this negative experience. Let me explain. I was at work and I was so engrossed in this moment that my back was so tense, because that's how I was in this moment. All my muscles were tense. I was shaking, that my body was still in that mode because I was mentally and emotionally there. And instead of holding that mode for maybe an hour, as that memory was, it was just a moment that was an hour long, I held this stress for days and weeks on end, just crunching my body. Imagine flexing your muscle for 3 weeks. That's not good for you. I got back pains, I got arm pains, I got pain everywhere because of this. Until I started getting back in the right mindset and working through this, I wasn't able to get rid of a lot of that stress. However, I found out that it's still affecting me today, but on things that aren't really stress related, yet some things are also stress related. I've been eating a lot healthier, the healthiest that I've ever been. And I'm gonna give 3 examples, including this one. And as I was saying, I was eating healthier than I've ever been. But my office complex is giving away free pizza. And for some reason, this pizza just sounded irresistible to me. And I wanted some slices. So I went and got some pizza. And as I was holding this pizza, I was like, I wonder how I can kick every other craving except this. Then I thought, I wonder why pizza's so good. So I took a bite, and instantly a memory came up of me being young. Me being very little at Chuck E. Cheese with my best friend and my family. I think it was a birthday party actually. And the more I ate this pizza, the more real this memory became. The more my awareness went there. And it was like I could feel being little again. I could feel being a little kid, 4 feet tall. I could feel being with my family. I could feel being with the ones I loved. Just having fun, not worrying about anything. Finances. I didn't even know what finances were. My body loved it. My emotions loved it. Every part of my essence loved it, because it brought me back to this pure place. But then I decided to disassociate that memory with the food. And soon I found that my body did not like the pizza. The cheese was bland. It was like plastic. The sauce had no flavor. The bread was like rubber. It was gross. But once I brought that memory back to the pizza tasted great again. So that was kind of cool. I thought that was kind of cool, but then I kind of forgot about it. And later in the day, I had plans to go ice skating. And as I approached this ice skating rink, my whole body got filled with anxiety. I felt my whole body tense up. And I started getting flashbacks of when I used to play lacrosse. See, I played high school lacrosse, and during the off season, I used to play indoor lacrosse. And in indoor lacrosse, the facility looked a lot like this ice rink when you first walk in. That aesthetic right there triggered my body to start freaking out, because it thought that we were back there again. It thought we were going to be playing sports again. I don't mind playing sports, but when it's extremely competitive and I'm not comfortable with the people around me, that's when I get stressed. See, back in those days, whenever we'd go to play indoor lacrosse, the first thing I'd do is go to the bathroom and just lock myself in a stall until I could calm down. It was terrible. I have horrible moments of anxiety linked to this facility. And those memories never really left. And back then, I didn't really decide to go through them. I honestly just powered through all those moments until they were over and just waited until I calmed down. And this shows how by not dealing with your issues, they can come back to bite you in the butt. So again, I got my skates and I went to go ice skating, but again, all I could feel was that I was back here again. Emotionally and mentally, I was there. Physically, I was ice skating with my friends. I was having a good time. And it was affecting me so bad. I couldn't ice skate because all I could think about was the people watching and seeing the families watching me play lacrosse as I freaked out. It was that I couldn't ice skate at all. In fact, I got so nervous that eventually when we took a time to take a break, I sat down and just told myself, let me go through this. Whatever part of my body's freaking out, please let me handle this. And I kept positively affirming to myself that it's okay. And soon I noticed that my muscles were relaxing. My mind was calming down. And when we went back onto the ice rink, I was honestly a different person. I learned how to ice skate much better. My technique was so much better. I was so much more loose. I was fast. I was actually able to ice skate. I was able to enjoy the moment. All these past experiences truly ripped me out of the moment. I'm not here. I am not here. Because whenever something that remotely represents a past trauma or experience that makes me tense, I go there mentally and emotionally, and I'm not here anymore. And that's bad because I can't make decisions that are correlated to this moment. I only make ones that are correlated to that bad moment, meaning that a lot of outcomes are going to be very similar to those moments. Those days where I couldn't play lacrosse because I was so freaked out made me not be able to ice skate because I was so freaked out. But it can run even deeper than that. Whenever I try to relax my body, whenever I meditate, there's a spot in my back that's always tense. And I've noticed it for the first time last year in the dorms in college. And I didn't know if it was just because I was going like this or whatever. I thought it was just a way that I was sleeping. But with all this going on, I decided to ask it, hey, what's the issue? Like, what's going on here? Eventually, I felt this haziness come up and I said, no, like really, let me handle this issue. I tried to approach it as I did my body the previous day. Soon I got flooded with memories of moments that I had people openly show their dissatisfaction and annoyance with me. And I'm talking about authority figures, teammates, friends, family. Anytime someone showed true, utter dissatisfaction, I get extremely stressed and my back would cramp up. I didn't notice. Whenever this happens, I get severely stressed. That's probably one of my worst things. In the past 4 months, it had happened so much that it was literally my body posture. Even while running today, after I had overcome it, I noticed that my body was still running how it normally does to compensate for that back pain. And I had to catch myself and readjust myself because it's not there anymore. After I went through and picked up all those memories, I drowned myself in that negative feeling. And it was tough, but I did it because I wanted that part of my body to be fully at the surface. Then I talked to it and showed it's like, hey, those people aren't in your life anymore. You're not obligated to go into any experiences that are going to make that happen again. You're okay. People love you. People will take care of you. And I just talked through it, positively reaffirming to it that this isn't your world anymore. Soon, I noticed a very strong warmth back there, and I noticed that my muscles were de-stressing. They were unknotting. They were literally untying themselves because I had showed it that this isn't your reality anymore. And it's weird. I feel a lot more flexible in my back. It's like a freshness there. At a certain point, it almost felt like stuff was spewing out of the middle of my back, if I'm being honest. I had another experience with my abdomen too. During high school, whenever I got stressed, I would always get stomach cramps. That's how my body naturally reacted. And there were points in times where I was just stressed and anxiety filled for weeks on end throughout high school. And again, when I woke up this morning, I tried to do this. I noticed that my stomach was flexing. I couldn't really tell why, and I found out it was because of that, all those stressful moments in high school. So I talked to it. I showed that area of my body that it's okay, that's not your reality anymore. And soon, my abs just calmed down, my stomach area relaxed. And depending on what it is, it's going to be more severe. If it's something recent, it's going to be a lot more apparent to your body, to you. But if it's something that has happened years ago and it was before you became aware of this stuff, it's going to be a little bit harder to notice. And it might take some real digging, but it's worthwhile. Just take a moment and see what parts of your body are stressed or overall, just ask if there's anything wrong. Soon, you will notice parts of your body light up, and when you really try and dig deep, you can get memories that you're holding on to without realizing that are holding you in places mentally and emotionally that are not here, your current now, that are negatively affecting you and causing outcomes that truly don't need to happen to reoccur over and over and over again in your daily life, keeping that block there. Yeah, my camera battery's dying, so I think I'm gonna cut it here. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, and seriously, do some memory regression. I think I might post about that soon, and see what you have. Not everyone's perfect. Everyone has something. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.